Hugh Colton, Town and Country, Chrysler, Town and Country TV, staying in touch with the communities we call home, the great things that happen within them. For the past 5 years now, it's been our pleasure to team up with Smith Falls Police Service and travel around to the schools on Thanksgiving weekend, leading into that Thanksgiving holiday weekend, in conjunction with the Adopt a School program, collecting food, non-perishable food items, and cash donations for our local Smith Falls Community Food Bank. This is year number 6. Here is Community Services Officer Constable David Murphy. Thank you very much, first of all. Welcome back into the Jeep.
Well, thanks, Huey.
And thank you very much for you and what Smith Falls Police Services do on a regular basis to try and keep our shelves at the local food bank full. This is a campaign, believe it or not, Dave, it's year number 6.
Yeah, time flies, right?
Wow, does it ever?
But, we all feel good about what we're doing. And, Huey, you say, we only do so much of it. Mm-hmm. We depend a lot on the community. We depend a lot on the schools. We collect it all, but they make us look good.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, is to have the people, the kids to support you, the schools themselves to support you, which, nowadays with the school curriculum, it's difficult to get things managed, and especially when we do this time of the year in October.
Yeah, we're getting kids back into the routine of school, and it doesn't take long until all of a sudden that Thanksgiving weekend is upon us. But when we take a look at the shelves of local food banks, not only in Smith Falls, but across the area of Eastern Ontario, this is a crucial time for campaigns to get underway, because they've had a strong summer, seeing a lot of people at our local food banks. And as we come to back to school, some families have to make a decision. Do I buy clothes or I buy food? The local food banks see a substantial amount of people, I think, upwards of 700 people a month here at the Smith Falls Community Food Bank. So now is the time to restock the shelf, shall we say, and this program does a wonderful job of that.
Well, that's right, Huey. And again, we do our part. We try and help out as best we can, and I think it helps just get them over that little bit of a hump, the food bank, get over that hump, get in, then you bring up yours after us, and I think that's a great program. And I think we all work well together. And we share.
That's the greatest thing about communities working together, that stay together. We work together as a team. When we visit these schools, we start off nice and early on Friday morning. And by the way, folks, this year, Friday, October 7th, will be the day that we'll be traveling around with Smith Falls Police Services to all the various schools within the district of Smith Falls, correct?
That's right, Huey. Yeah, Sergeant Empey is going to be again with us this year. She's going to give us a hand, and between her and I, we both coordinated. We work with you as well, and Town and Country Chrysler, and I think we got a great, awesome team. And to get out there, get the word out, and do as best we can. And
we have the officers with us for the entire day as we collect food, and everybody does get involved. It's got to put a smile on your face when we walk into the first school, and you'll go into their main lobby or entrance area, and it's just absolutely packed full of shopping carts and boxes full of food.
Oh, that's for sure, Huey. We get as many of our guys out as we can to help out, and they enjoy it. And again, it's to see the smiles on the kids' faces. That did the collecting of the food.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, we're seeing more and more people that require or need the assistance of a food bank, whether it be a couple times a year or more than that. We're seeing more and more, so we have to work our part and try and get the word out and try and get as much stuff as we can just to help them out.
Last year you collected over 3,000 pounds of food and cash donations as well. And, this year we'll go at it again and try and meet or beat that 3,000 pound goal. Actually, in complete total, it was 3,288 pounds of food, and you had $30 in cash donations as well that happened on the day. It's a pretty big day that starts nice and early in the morning, but these schools do certainly support this program.
Yeah. And I like to put it the fact that it's not a matter of trying to beat. You try and beat what you did last year, because it's always a goal. You always have to have a goal to meet or beat. But if we can get one can of food, that's one more can than they had before.
That's
right.
And
that every little piece of that puzzle, every little piece of grocery that we put in there, it expands upon things.
It's amazing, isn't it? When one can turns into 2, turns into 4, 4 turns into 8, 8 turns into 16. It's the same with a toonie turning into $4 to $8. And at the end of the day, it adds up to some serious help for the local Smith Falls Community Food Bank. And, as we've mentioned time and time again, the efforts of the school population, the teachers, the volunteers at the schools, along with the children and the parents at home to make this program work. We need to tip our hats to them.
Well, for sure, yeah. I know the schools are, this time of year, are very busy trying to get the kids back into school, get things to curriculum going. It's awesome. We get the support of the schools. We get the support of the kids. We get the support of the parents. And that's what it's all about. It's a community-based program to help everyone. Yeah. We all share. And we do all the schools in the town of Smith Falls, right from one end of the town to the other end.
Yeah. And you know, the other thing, Dave, that I see is that it allows you as police officers to interact with the schools and with the kids, and I think that's got to be great as well.
Well, it sure is. I'm in the schools all the time, so the kids know me, but it's also to get the other officers to help out, to show the kids what a police officer does in an everyday life. It's not just a matter of dealing with people on a bad situation, is to see us on a good side, and that's why we do this program.
Communication and all that interaction that happens between police and our residents within the community.
Yeah, it's not just the kids. It's we do our turkey trot as well.
I was just about to talk about that. You know, one of our visits, I believe, is St. James the Greater in Smiths Falls, and Kathy Kinch and all the volunteers and the teachers over at St. James have a very special day planned for you, Constable Murphy, and all the other officers. The turkey trot is something that the kids look forward to as well.
Yes, they do, and I like to assist in any way I can.
And you do a nice job of that, my friend.
Well, sometimes I go beyond what would be, I guess, construed as being a good police officer.
I've seen different kinds of head attire. I've seen tutus in the past. You name it, and good for you, good sport to step up to the plate, because we do that stop and a little parade around the block as part of what we're doing on the day.
And like I said, Huey, it's all about having the kids see us as people, not police officers, people, and that's why I do it, and they get a kick out of it. So you know what? If I can make a whole bunch of kids happy, I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, for a little bit of walking around, parading myself, it's not bad at all. And like I said, the kids like it. We just joined forces with Kathy a few years ago and started doing this. And her school actually is growing. What we do there is growing a lot. So
huge contributor to this campaign, aren't they? I mean, all the schools are, but you know, that's a pretty special spot.
We get a lot of support from every single school. Yeah. Just happened to be that St. James happened to be one we do a parade at, and of course some of us do wear different attire while doing the parade, and I you know, I kind of stand out a little bit, but that's okay.
But it's sort of a silent kind of thing. I mean, there's no lights flashing or something. It's pretty well, come and see it. It's a big walk around the block, which heads down one of the main thoroughfares, Brockville Street.
Yeah, we usually start around 11 o'clock, so if you're out and about around 11 o'clock in the morning, you might just happen to see a couple police cars with lights and sirens going, and a bunch of kids trailing behind with a turkey.
Yeah, and the other great thing is I've seen this happen in the past too, Dave, where people and residents on Brockville Street and around that parade of turkey trot have actually come out with food.
I think they enjoy it just as much as the kids do, and they probably look forward to it every year.
Yeah.
So.
Thanksgiving weekend, Friday, is the 7th of October, where we look forward as Town and Country Chrysler to team up with the Smiths Falls Police Services for the 6th annual Stuff a Cruiser campaign for our local Smiths Falls Community Food Bank, where we will be visiting all the schools within the municipality of Smiths Falls. Make sure you mark that date. Send perishable, non-perishable items and cash donations with your kids to school, or come to the school that day with a non-perishable item. Everything will go towards filling the shelves of the Smiths Falls Community Food Bank.
Yeah, and perhaps maybe Kathy Kinch would like to provide Sergeant Empey with a new outfit.
You know, maybe we could get both of you involved in that this year. Sergeant Empey and yourself. We'll see. We'll call Kathy and see just whether something can happen there. It's a fun day. It's a great day, but it's a huge community support day for the Smiths Falls Community Food Bank. Again, the date is Friday, October 7th. Watch for us. We'll be on the street from first thing in the morning visiting all the local schools. And let's hope that we can stuff a number of cruisers full of food like we've done in the past. Congratulations, well over 3,000 pounds last year. And when we start to take a look at that 5-year total, it certainly adds up to a lot of food for the local food bank.
Well, it sure does, Huey. And again, we collect it. We put it out there. We collect it. but it's a community that comes
They
forward.
sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. And this community has been known and continues to be known for constantly giving back. You know, they don't say no. I've never seen it in an area like this, where it's just amazing how they come to the plate time after time again. They will do so again for this year's Stuff the Cruiser campaign, non-perishable food, again as part of the Adopt a School program. And the date is Friday, October 7th. We'll look forward to spending the day with you.
Perfect. Thanks, Huey.
Community Services Officer David Murphy from Smiths Falls Police Services. Again, remember the date, Friday, October 7th, and we'll be collecting food for your local Smiths Falls Community Food Bank. Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV. Hi everybody, Hugh Colton, Town and Country TV, with an invitation for you to hit that subscribe button to find out what's happening in and around the communities that we call home.